all right. YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Lord Fader's Perspective, back with another video. Yo, I want to talk about a subject today that I think everybody should give some thought to. I was watching the Many Saints of Newark. I'm a big Sopranos fan. I love the Sopranos, and I wanted to see what the prequel movie would be about. First of all, I'm not really impressed with it, but there was one section in it where Ray Liotta's character is in prison and he's talking to Dickie Moltisanti, and he's kind of picking up on that Dickie's lying to him, that he's, doing some really evil stuff out there in the world and his life is not turning out right. And Dickie says, I'm here to see you because I want to do a good deed. Reason why he wanted to do a good deed because he had done so much foul stuff, and things were not turning out the way he wanted to. And I thought the answer that Ray Liotta gave him was profound. It is something that if you do watch my channel and have seen any videos I made, that I have talked about. He said it's the wanting. I'm gonna let that cook for a couple of seconds. It's the wanting. You have a lot of people out here in this world that are not happy with the outcomes that they get. And they can easily and readily assign blame to most everything except for the one thing that's truly causing it. If your life is not turning out right, yet you're doing all the things that you think you're supposed to do, then you need to examine that mirror, because there's a common denominator in all of your problems, in all of your bad relationships, in all of your bad interactions with people, in all of your bad luck. Sometimes things happen. Life happens. Sometimes good things happen to bad people. But you must analyze, are the things I want, number one, the things I need? Are the things I want, number two, any good for me? And you can easily relate that to relationships. A lot of guys, you chasing women for what you want, not what you need. You'll readily chase the thought because you got lust in your heart and you want that woman and you want to have sex with that woman. That's fine. But any consequences that are negative that come from that, you can't see why. The reason why is you just wanted that. You just wanted that flesh. And anything that you chase in the flesh is temporary, it's fleeting, doesn't last, and guess what? You're going to have to do it again. Why are you chasing that thought with the Brazilian butt lift and the fake photos and the touched up photos and the altered photos, and even if she looks the way she says she looked or she purports herself to look, you get there, you dive in, trust me and believe, there is about, I'll say on average, 10 to 15 women that is orbiting you around your life that will be better for you than that young lady that you chasing. But see, here's the problem. You don't want them, do you? You want a woman to be submissive. There are submissive women everywhere. You want women to be feminine. There are feminine women everywhere. But they don't quite look the way you want them to. Notice that word keeps coming up, want. The wanting, that's the problem. In order to succeed, you must examine and modify the things that you want. Why do you want certain things so bad? If you want something because society tells you that's what you're supposed to want, then guess what? You're heading off a cliff with the rest of the lemmings. That's where you're going. Everybody's hopping along. Whoop! And when the first one disappears, the rest of us don't stop. We got our eyes closed. We hopping along. And guess what? Pew! Everybody hops off the cliff. That's wanting. Everybody wants to be rich. Okay? But do you need to be rich? No. You just need to have food, clothing, shelter, like the rest of us. Knowledge, wisdom. These are some things I know some other brothers have talked to you about. These are the things that you need in life in order to be truly successful in life. There's something to be said for contentment. And living in your flesh, you're never content. Chasing flesh is like chasing drugs. You always need a little bit more to achieve the same high. That's why people are just not happy. Think about it. There wouldn't even be a disease called sexual addiction if it wasn't a problem, if people could just have sex the way they wanted to. Then you can look at it from the female end. You know, a lot of females want to be married. They want to be wives. They want to have one guy, not all guys, but they're being told, hey, you need to get out here and want things that a man would want. So here's the problem with a woman on the dating and sexual arena acting like a man. Okay, it's like Shaq playing in the WNBA. A young, fresh out of college Shaq playing in the WNBA. That's what it's like. Because it's no effort for a woman to have sex with just about any guy that she wants to. So that's what separates you from a guy. We have to put effort in it. We have to do whatever it is that a woman thinks that we need to do in order to be selected. That's why you got all these guys running around here with all these tattoos. You got them running around here trying to look like Future, because Future got all these baby mamas by all these Instagram models. You got them trying to act hard and act tough. You ever see these guys, you know what I'm saying, this how they talk all the time, you know what I'm saying, everybody just super hard, everybody just a thug. That's a act, that's a disguise. Every guy's ego is so big that they're trying to put that on for these women. Unfortunately, we don't have fathers in the home, we don't have wives, we don't have mothers in the home that are married to men to guide young ladies. So they wind up wanting the wrong guy. Ladies, you have the inability to pick correctly because you pick like a man. You pick a man that look good. You pick a man that's got swag. You pick a guy that's involved in criminal activity. And this guy clearly has no value system. Then when he treats you the way he treats everything else in his life, you wonder why. Oh, there ain't no good men. Oh, because you picking somebody simply because he made your nether regions tingle. That's not the way a woman is supposed to pick a man. You're not supposed to get out here and experience all these different people and then expect to, when you're done with all of that, get with a guy. Now, having said that, it's the law of nature. Men, it's different. Yes, women, it's different for us. I didn't write the rules, I just follow them. It's different for us. We can go out and do what you cannot do. And you can go out and do what we cannot do. You control every time somebody has sex. If you're not in control, then it's the R word. It's what it is. The one that ends with an E. So you control that. So you're like Shaq playing in the WNBA out here on the dating scene. Yeah, you can have sex with whoever. It's no problem with you getting a man to have sex with you. Here's the problem. Can you get him to stick around? Can you get him to feel for you what he needs to feel for you? Did you pick a man responsible enough to give you a home, to give you children, to give you stability? Did you do that? Then you wonder why you are unhappy, going from guy to guy to guy to guy, back to this guy, then on to this guy. All of these guys are putting their little imprint on you. The very first guy imprinted real hard on you, so nobody else measures up to him. You've experienced all these different penis sizes, so no man can satisfy you in that area. It's like the things that you want. You should want someone that's going to love you when you gain that weight. You should want someone that can look at your mom after she done gained 500 pounds and say, okay, I can still be with that for the rest of my life. Now, he ain't gonna be the guy that's 6'5" with the washboard abs. He's not gonna be that guy. That guy Wait a minute. Here's a secret, ladies. He's rare. Understand that. I'm 6'5". I walk around a lot and people always commenting on, oh man, you play basketball. Or let me tell you one thing I really hate that people do all the time. Hey, excuse me, young man. And I ain't young, by the way. Excuse me, young man. Can you get that off the top shelf for me? Man, what? I don't work here. So, but you know why they do that? Because it's rare. It ain't a whole bunch of 6'5" guys walking around here getting stuff off top shelves for people. So I'm just saying, modify what you want. You'll call it settling. It's not settling. It's just being realistic. I gotta tell you, nobody wants a Ferrari with 300,000 miles on it. Nobody. Ladies, when you go out to that dealership and you look at that brand new Mercedes and you get in that thing and it smells good and it's only got 12 highway miles on it, how do you feel? Take the same Mercedes, 300,000 miles on it. All the rims are shining. It's been washed. It's got a nice paint job. But you got to understand, all those miles matter. Your past matters. Bodies matter. I don't care what nobody tells you. It's all kind of people out here on the internet telling you that bodies don't matter. My past doesn't matter. Yes, it does, because your past informs the future. If you got a history of not being faithful, men, you run into these ladies with a history, high body counts, of not being faithful. What makes you think they're going to all of a sudden change? Here's a little quick tip for you. They're not. They're incapable of changing. And having said all of that, it doesn't make those women bad. I feel sorry for them because they're only living in a world that's telling them things that they need to do. They're only being female in a world that has taken the restrictions off. So you take the restrictions off, sometimes they act out of pocket. Well, what do you expect? But as men, it's what we allow into our life. If you're so thirsty that you allow a girl to treat you any kind of way she wants to treat you simply because she looks good, then you're perpetuating that bad behavior. You cannot say anything to anyone about how they behave, any female. Because we have to practice sexual discipline. That means we have to modify what we want. It's the wanting, ladies and gentlemen. If you take nothing else from the video that I'm saying right now, that I'm putting up right now, modify your wanting. Make sure that what you want is close to what you need. Think it through. Everybody has base desires and chemical reactions that happen. What separates us from animals is that we can choose to make another decision even though we feel one way or another. If it feels good, do it. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Is satanic. And it doesn't matter if you believe in Satan or you believe in whatever you believe in. Satan doesn't need you to believe in him. All he needs is for you not to follow the laws of God, the laws of the Most High. That's all he needs. He don't care who you call it. He don't care what guru you following. It's a satanic lifestyle. And you only have a finite amount of time here. So you have to make sure that, yes, you have fun. Yes, you enjoy pleasure, but you do it within the confines of the law. When I say the law, I don't mean the law of man. I mean the law of God. Find out what it is. Don't just be going up in church, sitting up in there with your vest on, thinking about the whole time the preacher's preaching about what man is looking at your butt. Or sitting around in church looking at what woman, which one of these women can I get with? Instead of listening to what he's telling you what the law is and how to follow it. Because that's the only way you're going to truly be happy. Contrary to what you may believe. So stop wanting stuff you see on TV. Stop wanting what someone tells you they have. That's called coveting. Don't want the wrong things, and you'll find that you'll have better outcomes in your life. I can tell you one thing that happened to me, and I can thank the last young lady I was involved with for this. She made me focus on me. She made me get in the gym. She made me drop weight. All because of her actions and me realizing, hey, I got respect for myself. I don't need you. I was just wanting that. And wanting it gave her power and control to act like a fool. So now I just focus on me. And I look around and I see the fruits of my labors. I see that I'm healthier. I see that focusing on the things I want to focus on, like making these YouTube videos, are making me happy. I'm truly content now. Whereas I wasn't chasing somebody that really didn't want me, that really was trying to date everybody for attention, you know, versus just being happy with what you got, working with what you got. And if you couldn't work with it, fine. Tell that person, end it. Women, don't waste your time on these guys that are not financially stable. Don't waste your time on these guys that cannot emotionally commit to you. You need commitment. Don't waste your time on these guys that only with you because of how you look. I see certain people who are married and maybe one or both of them, they're past their prime in their looks. But you see that their partner still has that look in their eye about it, because whatever it is in here that animates this meat sack, that's what they fell in love with. They fell in love with the person that's on the inside. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. And if you care about the person that you're involved with, you want to be somebody worth that. So be careful with what you want. Remember, the wanting. I'm Lord Fader, and that's my perspective. Peace. I'm out.